Hi there. Today I'm going to be taking a look at two different products. First up, the Optimus Crux stove, and secondly the Optimus Terra Weekend HE Cookset. These can be bought separately or together as a complete cook system. So I'll start with the stove. It weighs 88 grams or 3.1 ounces. It features a fold-in mechanism. I'll show you there. If you pull the black collar back, the stove head flicks into place and you slide it back to lock it. And then the arms fold out to give you a stable pot support. The pot system is a 0.95 litre pot with a frying pan which doubles as a lid. The pot has fold out handles to hold it, a pour-in spout, measurement increments on the inside both in millilitres and fluid ounces. It also has a heat exchanger base to increase the efficiency of the stove. The frying pan lid has a fold out handle which clips into place like so, and then turn it upside down to use it as a lid. And then just squeeze the handle to pop it back together. Everything can be packed into the pot along with a 230 gram gas cartridge. Because of the unique fold-in nature of the stove, it can slot into the unused space underneath the gas cartridge. So it comes with a neoprene pouch like this, which you slide the stove into. So that's secure in there. It's protected, it's a padded pouch. And then get your 230 gram gas cartridge, place it underneath so it sits like that, and then pull the elastic over the top of the cartridge and it holds in place like that. It doesn't fit quite perfectly, it does bulge out, but it certainly has a much flatter profile than a lot of other stoves. And then you pop that into the pot. It's fairly snug, but one thing I like is that the case does protect the pot from the gas canister if you haven't got metal rubbing on metal, because the bottom of the case slightly just wraps around the gas canister, just prevents the two metals rubbing against each other. Even though the pot is hard anodized aluminium, so it is fairly scratch resistant, but still. As you can see, once the gas cartridge is in, it sits just above the top lip of the pot, which means you do need the frying pan lid to go over the top. It is a fairly universal pot size, so you might be able to find different lids if you don't want the frying pan lid for it, but you won't be able to fit it on with the gas cartridge. With the gas cartridge inside, you need the frying pan lid, otherwise it won't go on. But that lid gives you enough space for a folding cutlery or a sponge to clean your pot, etc. It all stays in like that. It also comes with a mesh carry bag for storage and transportation. So that's pretty much the ins and outs of the system. I'll go through a few of the weights now. individually. The mesh bag is 17 grams or 0.6 ounces. The frying pan is 70 grams or 2.5 ounces. The pot itself is 195 grams or 6.9 ounces. The stove pouch is 21 grams or 0.74 ounces, and the stove itself is, like I said before, 88 grams or 3.1 ounces. Altogether that is 392 grams or 13.8 ounces without the gas canister. With a full gas canister, that's a 772 gram total weight or 27.2 ounces. So what I will do now is a boil test with half a litre of water. See how quickly this stove with this pot will boil it. I have done another boil test with this stove with a different pot, so I'll leave the link in the description for that if you want to have a look at that, how it compared with a different pot. And it was a half empty gas canister, this one's full, so that might make a difference. So I'll set this up. One of the nice things about this stove is that it does have the adjuster, or the flame adjuster does need to be turned quite a lot to get it to full power. So you get quite a few turns there, which does allow for quite a lot of adjustment, variability within the flame size. So if you want to simmer or if you want a quick boil, you've got plenty of room for adjustment within that. That screws on like so. I will add half a litre of water to the pot. The pot does not have a non-stick coating, something to bear in mind. So if you want to be cooking food in the pot itself, maybe you may have to be a bit careful that it doesn't stick. Same with the frying pan, no non-stick coating. And that is, according to that, 500ml almost exactly. I'll pop the lid on, fold the handles out, make sure we've got a stable platform. The stove does not have an igniter built into it, so you will need some form of ignition. So I'll turn that up to full. It is a fairly powerful burner for its size, comparable with a few stoves that are much larger than it. I'll set the stopwatch now. Place the pan on top and start. So I'll probably fast forward this part of the video and see you once it has boiled. So that reached a complete rolling boil at about 2 minutes 9 seconds I stopped the watch at, which is incredibly quick, to be honest with you. If you compare that to the other video I did, which was with a different pot, a smaller pot, without this heat exchanger base. It also had the gas canister was not full, so that probably would have impacted on it, but that was closer to 5 minutes to boil the same amount of water, so that is very, very quick. Obviously that time will vary depending on weather conditions. Right now it's fairly mild, it's the end of summer, so it's still warm, there's no wind at all, and we're at a fairly low, well, a very low altitude. So obviously that will change, but it gives you a rough guideline to the power of this stove, along with the efficiency of the pot, and I must say I'm very impressed. I think this set would be perfect for 2 people over a couple of days. If you're using dehydrated meals, it will fit 600ml. Each dehydrated meal takes about 300ml. You'll get 600ml into the pot easily. You'll boil it super quick. Even though you may not have need for the frying pan lid, it still gives you a place to store 2 sets of cutlery, sponge for cleaning, cloth, anything, salt and pepper. Probably the only thing about this set that I don't like is the frying pan lid, and the fact that you can't use a normal lid with the gas canister as well. If it had just been a little bit higher that you could use a normal lid, it would have been perfect, to be honest with you, but unfortunately not. As an efficient set that packs away neatly, you've got good options with the 2 pots. I'll just pull some that away. I think it's a really good set. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.